So here I am going to install and use Investorzilla for the first time and use it with its example configuration that is available in its source code. So I'm going to install it with pip. This is a Mac. Python 3 on a Mac is available with Python 3 or pip3 command. So this is what I'm using, pip3. Investorzilla -q because I don't need a lot of stuff printed on the screen. It's for quiet mode, and on my user folder because this is optional but highly recommended. Installed. Now let's go to Investorzilla GitHub page. I'm going to download a default configuration. Let's go to config examples. I'm going to download this Investorzilla YAML file. Let's put it on raw mode so I can see only the source of this text file. When you are going to configure your own portfolio, make sure you read this text here, this part here, to learn how to publish your Google Sheet in a way that is easy readable by Investorzilla. So here I have my source code. Let's make a file, save as. Let's create a new folder. I'm going to call it my portfolio. You can call it whatever you want. It's already inside. Let's make sure I'm saving it with the right extension. I'm not going to add a txt extension, so don't append. Here it is. Let's see what I have. My portfolio. Here it is. The only file in this folder is the configuration file. Now let's just run Investorzilla. Let's wait to open a tab in my browser. Here it is on localhost. I don't need GitHub anymore. First time it runs, it takes a lot of time because it needs to create its cache. It needs to download a lot of information from the internet. So it's not just my Google Sheet, 2 sheets from my Google Sheet. It needs to download a lot of market indexes from Yahoo Finance and currency converters from central banks, etc. But here I am. In here we have Investorzilla showing a virtual fund composed of, I don't know, more than 10 funds in here. Let's see what I have here. So this big fund composed of several funds, I have main metrics. First of all, I have the period of time that data is available for this virtual fund. It's started from 1997 and goes up to 2022. It shows some main metrics here, main numbers about this fund. And what I have here are some plots for performance, for monthly gains or period gains, rate of return, an histogram for rate of return, and an overview of balance and cumulative gains and cumulative savings of this fund. Then I have a very important table here. It's a little bit big for the screen resolution that I configured here, but there is a table here with some performance KPIs like rate of return, very important, monthly gain. I'm looking at a monthly view here, and a summary of all months, which is a yearly view. I have some KPIs here for the year of 2022, same KPIs for the year of 2021. Let's remove some KPIs to clean up the screen here. Let's remove this one and let's remove this one. So I only have now 2 KPIs per year, which is rate of return and gain. I have another view here. Oh, let's first build a new fund composed of only, say, this one and this fund. So I created a new virtual fund composed of only two assets. Let's change currency. Let's view it as US dollars. There's a warning here because the benchmark it's using, which is Brazilian CDI, it's not compatible with this currency. So it's asking me to change to another currency. Let's use SP500. So here I have a new virtual fund composed of two assets, two real assets, and how this virtual fund performs. So I showed you this first table, which is the performance table. Let's see also the wealth evolution table. Same thing, but other KPIs, such as balance, movements for each period, cumulative gains, cumulative savings. Let's clean these up. Let's remove some KPIs to make it a little bit cleaner. So here I have only 3 KPIs per period. I want to change how I divide time. So let's go to this part here and let's select, for example, instead of month and year, month and a summary of an year, let's change to a weekly view. Let's see what I have here. There is a weekly view for these tables. So here each row of this table is a period of 4 weeks, week 1, 2, 3, 4, and a summary of those 4 weeks in here in this column. So here is the rate of return for the first week, rate of return for the second week. Of course, I need granular data for all of these periods that I want to see. I can switch it also if I have very granular data, I can switch it to an hourly view. So the 24 hours of the day and the summary of a day, or parts of the day like the morning, AM, PM, and the summary for the day. I can easily switch to this vision, to this view, but of course I need data. I need hourly data to this kind of view to make sense. On these two funds that I selected here, I don't have this granular type of data, but I can see some summary for the day here. So this is Investorzilla. Some other views that I have here. I can, for this virtual fund that I just created here, I can see, I can have a share vision of what I have. So for each data point, time data point that I have, I can see number of shares and the share price. So this is the birth. This first row is the birth of this fund. I had once 0 shares and it had value of $100 per share. And then I put some money on this virtual fund, and suddenly I have 485 shares with the same valuation. And of course, this is the balance for each point in time, evolution of each point in time. Whenever the share price increases, that's because this fund started to value more. Every time the share price does not increase, as these two examples, but the number of shares increases, that's because I put or withdrawed money from this fund. Another view that I have here is some kind of a configuration, status of my configuration. It shows what I have in my portfolio, what composes my portfolio. So this is the portfolio, the two data sources. It's 2 sheets from a Google Sheet in my case, and each fund on these 2 sheets, currencies that data is presented, and period of time that I have data on these on this sheet and on this sheet here. This is the portfolio. Market indexes that I have. I have a Brazilian CDI market index. I have also a currency market index composed of a currency converter from euro to Brazilian currency. Let's see other market indexes such as this one is Nasdaq. This one is Nasdaq. This one is SP 500. It's all came from Yahoo Finance since 1927 up to today. Okay, and this is market indexes, and this is currency converters. I have two currency converters here. Here, one from euro to Brazilian currency, and another one from US dollar to Brazilian currency, because parts of my investment portfolio or parts of this portfolio here is made out of Brazilian funds, Brazilian assets, Brazilian currency assets. Just an example. You can put whatever asset in whatever currency you want. And this is it. This is in a nutshell, Investorzilla in a nutshell. Thank you.